What's up, everybody? Nick here from virtualassistantassistant.com, and I'm joined by Dave, the co-founder of Hubstaff. Dave, what's happening, man?
How are you?
Doing well, doing well. You want to give us a little background, what Hubstaff is all about?
Sure. So we do time tracking mainly for remote companies. I get about 750 paying clients across the world, about 20,000 users, a lot of workers in the system as well. And we basically focus on helping managers and team members collaborate better together, understand what everyone's doing on the team. We try to solve the problem of communication in a remote team is pretty hard, and so we try to automate a lot of that. So automation through, like screenshots, for example, so that a manager can come and see exactly what the worker's doing versus having to follow up and then wait a few days or a few hours even for response, and then just having to add that extra stress into their daily life. So we were trying to focus on helping management kind of ease the tension that is a remote team.
Yeah, so is it kind of so if you hire somebody on Elance, you'll get access, or Odesk, you'll have access to kind of their, I forget what they call it, but their screen grab, every 6 minutes or at random intervals, is taking a shot of their screen so you can kind of see what they're working on. It helps.
Yeah, we do that, but we also we do that, but we also do we also have projects. So it's like a mix. We extend your average project management suite like Basecamp, Trello, Asana. So that's really what our bread and butter is the ability to add time tracking into those different software systems. Because for example, Trello, if you have different boards set up, you've assigned a worker to 6 different cards in Trello, but it's you don't know which one they're supposed to be working on right now. They don't know which one they're supposed to be working on right now. Every day, you don't want to come in and assign priorities, that kind of thing. So this lets you set that up one time, and then basically we integrate in with all these project management systems so that your worker will then see that directly on their desktop. So they can then start working on that, and then when they can complete the task as well, so they complete it, and then it throws that back into your project management system, where you can then get a notification that, hey, this card was marked completed, and you can see the amount of time that was spent, and go from there. We also make it easier to invoice clients and to pay your employees, and just the overall kind of problems that a remote kind of management system is dealing with.
Okay, so yeah, if you're that entrepreneur, that solopreneur who's working with a kind of a remote team to get things done, here's kind of a management solution, help you keep tabs on everybody, help keep everybody on the same page for these projects, and like you said, integrating with these Trellos, with these Asanas, with all these other elements, and working on the invoicing too. So it sounds like it's very much an entrepreneurial client base, and not so much of the personal use. So targeting kind of these small businesses, and you mentioned we're working a little bit with you have some staffing capabilities as well if people are looking for assistance in certain areas.
Yes, we specialize in writing and content marketing, so we'll do very long, in-depth content marketing posts. About 1,000 words. We set it up. So my background is kind of in search engine marketing. I've been doing this for 12 years now. And so, what we do is I've kind of scaled the ability to write good quality blog posts that are very long and in depth that Google kind of looks at as authoritative. And basically, we set them up for you in WordPress, so that all the end client needs to do is hit submit or publish, and you can have the confidence that it basically is going to be a really good post. We have images, all the images are tagged for SEO purposes. It's all formatted good, it looks good. So this is going to be a post that you're really proud of, and then distribute it socially and get that pickup. So we do I do this on a lot of different blogs, and we do about, I don't know, 2 or 3 a week. And so, you can see over time that correlation between traffic and your blog's kind of authority. You get to a point where um, it's not guaranteed that you rank, but it's a lot easier to rank once you have a lot of content. So we do that,
and we do,
yeah. So we do that, and then we do, we have like Ruby on Rails programming, PHP programming, some of like mostly web development type stuff. But we work with probably about 150 different programmers, and we differ from like an Elance or an Odesk in that we are like a matching service. So we'll go through, understand your needs as a client, look at what you're trying to build, and then kind of do some light duty consulting in terms of what language might be best, what gems you should use if you're looking at Ruby on Rails, and how to architect this thing so that it'll be faster and more, that you can get to the end goal more consistently and much more guaranteed route than just picking somebody out of a hat and just saying go to work. So we do a lot of work on the front end.
Do you find people are engaging with these workers on a kind of a project basis, or as needed basis, or are they saying,
we do all hourly? We do all hourly, and it's like we'll set somebody up with a project, and then we'll introduce them to the developer. They then go and they interview the developer, make sure that they like them. If they don't, then they pass. If they do, then they hire them, and if they pass, we introduce another one. Okay. And then basically, they start to work, and yeah, from that point, it's all hourly, and at some point they go into maintenance mode. So it's kind of, but at first, there's usually quite a long build out. We do projects that are probably, usually like a month or at least a month, in duration.
And all built through Hubstaff, so it's pretty seamless on that front.
Yeah, it's all built through Hubstaff, very similar to, it's all built through Hubstaff.
Well, I can relate to that, the content creation, the blogging being so time intensive. It can take, 8, 9, 10 hours to come up with a, really monster, really valuable post. And it's like, yeah, there is a cumulative effect. It does drive traffic. It does drive engagement, but it's very speculative.
It's hard
to. I've written like posts that go nowhere.
Yeah, it's hard to. It's hard to get going. It's a lot easier after. What I found is like I'm doing a growth series on Hubstaff right now about how we grow Hubstaff, and so those posts I invest like you said, like probably 10, 15 hours into each post, and it's like one of those things where I have to work. I have to basically work a few extra nights per week to get it done because it's like an extra thing, but yeah, after a while, it starts to get pickup, and people start to understand, like, okay, this is the real deal, and you pick up readers from that. So I've been, like, just recently, because of that, I've been able to get on Intercom. I've been able to get on some high level, guest blogging type opportunities, and so that, after a while, it starts to really, you start to be able to grow your audience. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. The writers and the developers are U.S. based, or they're kind of worldwide distributed?
Usually not. I mean, the writers yes, but the developers usually not. I usually, with our demographic at least, with the people that come into Hubstaff, they usually are not willing to pay the rates that U.S. developers require.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're gonna hire somebody in San Francisco, that's not gonna come cheap. So
right.
That makes sense.
But I mean, like, with that being said, that's one of the things that we look at as a competitive advantage, because we're able to get, like, our development teams are like top notch Ruby on Rails guys for like $45. So it's not bad, but it's still like it's not $8 either,
Right. And for those guys, yeah, we won't get into like all of the geo arbitrage and all this stuff.
Right.
Dave, thanks so much for joining me. Any special offers before we wrap up for the virtual assistant visitors?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. So if you do the coupon code VAA for virtual assistant 15, Nick will get that to you, I'm sure, in text. But VAA 15 at Hubstaff, I'll give you 30% off for 3 months.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that. That's really cool.
Yep.
And that's Hubstaff. Thanks so much for joining me, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.